Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome to the channel. And I'm doing a face-to-face today because I haven't done many recently. I've been doing lives where you see my old gub, but the average person doesn't come and watch my lives, and why not? I want to know. Me and Justin do a podcast every Thursday night, and there's the odd one sprinkled in every now and then of others. Where mostly we're interviewing people who come on the live chat, and we've had some fantastic guests this week. I had Xing Chan, who's a UK custom maker, on Thursday night. And when I met Ashley Harrison, or when I met him, when I started speaking to him, built a relationship up with him, I loved the freedom he had because he could make what he wanted, and he could design something for you, and that just blew my mind. Because a lot of the times you hear custom makers are very set in what they make, and you buy what they make. But I love a custom maker who'll adapt for you. So Ashley was the first person that I had, and up until last week when I bought this fella's knife, Xing Chan's knife, I didn't realize he was exactly the same way. Um, and more prolific because he's a custom maker just making knives, whereas Ashley's a custom maker and a company man. So Xing Chan's interview with him on Thursday night was another breath of fresh air. Absolutely one of the best, apart from my man Ashley, because I'm a fanboy, but Xing is definitely up there with him, and it's just such an easy man to deal with, I believe, and he has a wide variety of knives that he can do. It was just a joy to interview him, and please go and watch it. It's a cracker. It was on Thursday night there. So what are we going to talk about today? Let me just take a wee drink. Sorry. I was talking to myself a lot before I started the video, so even when I'm talking into my head, I get thirsty. What I'm going to talk about today is the year so far, because this really has been a sort of a different year for me. I have stopped nearly virtually buying brand new knives that are coming out in the market now, and I'm talking about locking knives and slip joints. I'm not chasing after the next great thing. What I am doing sometimes is seeing a knife and think, I love that. I'll wait for 6 months and I'll buy it cheaper. And that sounds terrible, but I'm 65. I'm on a pension now, so I don't have the money that I want to spend on knives. Or I have the money, but I don't want to spend it all on knives because, got me and the missus to think about as well, and doing things with ourselves. But let me tell you, I have no shortage of money, as I'm not struggling with money, but I'm not spending as much on knives, and I'm being very picky about what I'm buying. And that's been a joy. That's another whole thing now, is trying to use my money wisely to keep the channel going and keep the content flowing. But I don't want to be spending the money I had done in the past years, which is phenomenal. And we all know I don't count it because it would scare the living death out of me. But I've got this year, I've a really wide variety of knives. I've got I've got knives down in front of me here, and I've really got hooked into a type of knife. I'm going to go through them with you anyway. But I've picked a bit of everything: a fixed blade, a locking blade, mostly slip joints, a friction folder, and I'm just going to let you into a little bit of a secret. Next week is going to be UK week. Most of my videos next week is going to be on UK companies, UK knives, but more specifically, not more specifically, it's where to buy them if you're not in the UK, and also especially if you're in the UK, because you're buying them direct from a shop, from a small business. And that business is the famous Sheffield shop. So we're going to talk a lot about them next week. I'm going to show you some of the knives you can get from them. And if you're an Ashley Harrison fan and everybody's trying to get an Ashley custom, probably the best place to get an Ashley custom, because he'll make them and he puts them into the shop every now and then. And if you're on there and checking out this website in the shop, you'll see exactly. And this shop is great because they'll send you photographs of everything they have. You just ring them up and they'll, tell them what you want, and they'll give you an example. And it doesn't always have to be one maker or another. They'll just show you what they've got. An amazing shop. The hospitality in the shop. There's been a lot of videos out this year, especially over in the UK, of people who have visited the shop, and the way they were treated. It's just a fantastic mamas and papas store, as you would say in America. Super little store. And I happened to got This was sent from Eggington Knives, and this is they do brands under Joseph Rogers, they do Wolstenholme, and a couple of other UK old famous names. And they sell at the shop as well. I've got this brand new one from them. Well, it's not brand new actually. It's probably been out a right few months, but they sent it to me to review, so I'll be doing that next week, and it is beautiful. Of the higher range, the higher end range, I mean, I'll be showing you a whole wide range from £30 up next week. So please watch out for them, the UK ones. But I don't want just to be UK people, because this shop will post anywhere. So there we go. Now, that's it. Now, my year in buying has, I said, it's been different. I've bought things that I don't normally go for, um, but I've been open to try things. But most of them have all been in the second-hand market. Or, yeah, most of them have been in the second-hand market, or I've bought off, one of the ones, a friction folder. This was from Iron Joe, and this was his friction folder. One of the prettiest knives, full stop, with that beautiful uh, blade on it. Oh, I should get it. Let's see if I can get. There we go. There, look at that beautiful blade. This has been used to more than most knives. This is a stunning friction folder. I've got mine tight. You can do it whatever way you want, tight, loose. I like it tight, and I just use two hands because it's secure in there. Everything about it is just lovely. This is an amazing. Go back and check the videos out. It's I say I have mine tough because when it's in there as a steak knife, I don't want it loose, and this is tightened down so that I can eat my meal. I don't have to worry about it. Beautiful knife, love it. In 20 CV for a friction folder, slim, slips in your pocket, doesn't. Great knife. So I got that this year and met the maker, another custom maker. I've met a few makers this year, which is great. But this is under £200. Even the higher end one, which is the carbon fiber, this one's about 170-ish. Amazing, 20 CV, and my Carta on this one. Super knife, can't recommend that enough. Still do. I mean, I think there's 3 carbon fiber ones left out of the batch he sent to Frank at Fraymore Knives. And here's another one, and I'm sort of going through these first because these are quite expensive. This is the Jack Wolf knife we had for this month, and this is the Mini Cyborg. Look at that. That is just stunning. I think it is the most beautiful. I love these covers. I love the blade shape. And it's got a point on it. It'll open anything. But a beautiful shape in hand. One of the most comfortable knives I believe Ben has made. I just love this in the hand. I have a large hand. And because of this extended bit, the shape of it, I get 4 fingers on this. Yeah, I'm up in their castle. That's where I am anyway. Beautiful knife. And there's still a few of these left over on Fraymore Knives. Do not miss out on that. And there's 5 different patterns. There's all sorts there for everybody. This is a stunning pocket knife, stunning EDC knife in S90V. So, I mean, this is an heirloom quality knife that you can pass on. Still haven't had to sharpen it. Just strop it and that's it. What else have I got for you that I got? I'm trying to get these bigger ones out of the way. I talk about I'm going to talk about my favourite budget knife so far this year, but I'm going to talk about some of these others first. I got this year, which is the Spyderco, what do they call it? It's a knife that doesn't come with a handle or a sheath. Normally you're just buying it, and it's the new blades, the new blade steel that Spyderco are using. I can't think of the name they called it. Never mind. Anyway, you know what I mean. They make a few of these and they send them out to people to check, and then they sell them as well. A few of these, it's like hen's teeth trying to get them, I believe. I managed to get this when I was trading one day, and I had to trade a lot for it because they're quite expensive. This is the big brown bear version of it in CPM 15V, which, like, I haven't had it out. I haven't really given a good check-in of what it's like, and that's why I haven't done the full review, because it's such a lovely knife. I got mine. It came with the handle, which you buy separately, and the pocket sheath. Just super. I have no need for another handle. This is a great checkered pattern on there. It is lovely. It's not sharp. It's just beautiful in hand. It's not going to slip. Just a stunning knife. And I love the fact that you have this tang extends here, and it gives you great protection, and it's so well done. It doesn't poke into you. I can get right up there, even if I had an extra large hand, or whatever. I could get right up there. My hand spread out. That's where it is. It's perfect. I absolutely love it. You can see the big brown bear. Oh, there's a big brown bear there. That's his. And there it'll tell you it's 15V. But so far on cardboard, good gosh, it would. Honestly, I reckon I could just sever my arm at the joints here with this. It is so sharp. It just holds an edge. But the thing is, I want to get out and test it outside because it is a fixed blade before I do a review. That'll be coming very shortly, probably within the next 2 weeks. I've had that for ages now, and I take it out and fondle it. It's just a beautiful knife. Another knife that I've wanted for years, but when they first came out, I didn't have the money to buy the thing, and it's this. This is the Ferrum Forge and ProTech collaboration in 20CV super blade aluminium handle with the deepest groove. That looks stunning. I think the color is amazing. And I've been using it, but it hasn't even chipped much. There's a couple of tiny wee marks on it, but oh, in hand, it is so grippy. It maybe could, it's a bit harsh maybe along there, but to be honest with you, it's not bothering me. If you have really soft office hands, it might just get you, but I don't think so. Once you get locked in on it, you don't move at all. So there's no grating or rubbing. Super big blade. Really nice stock. It's not over thick, but this is my heavy duty knife. If I want a heavy duty knife, this is the one I'm going to reach for. But the button lock, the action on that button lock is ProTech at its best. It's just beautiful. So I got that this year and I adore it. Really love it. It's a good size knife, but I love the ProTech pocket clip as well, which is really nice. But it's the action that got me on this. This is a sit in front of the TV when the wife's in bed, by the way, I will add. So that's at the sort of more expensive end. And now I want to talk about, these are, well, three of them. Here's this one. This is my new GEC. I hadn't bought a GEC, from the suppliers for about a year because a lot of them, the pull was bad on them. For me, it was. And I bought a couple at the beginning of last year and during last year, and they were just not up to scratch. They just weren't GEC. To me, just my opinion, they weren't. They were too soft of a pull. And I bought one that cost me about 260, 270 quid. It was one of the expensive ones they brought out, special factory order type thing. And to be honest with you, I sent it straight back. It was just terrible. For the one that I got, but to me. So I'd stopped buying them new. I was buying them in a second-hand market of people I know who are going to tell me what's wrong with them, what's right with them. So that was a shame because I do love my GEC. But I got this one and it's the Whittler. Two amazing there's two of these in the back, one on the front, a Whittler. It is beautifully put together and you just have two solid springs on that. It's not a split back Whittler, but honestly, it is absolutely GEC at their best. I love it. They call it the pocket carver. GEC back at the best, and I've actually put my name down for another one that's coming out very shortly, so I'm hoping to get that, and I'm hoping that's my way back into GEC. They're going to, fulfill what I want out of a GEC because the ones I've got I love. So there's that, and then the next three are my contenders this year for Knife of the Year already. Now, two of them didn't come out this year. One of them did, and it was the Rosecraft. And I've had so many nice Rosecrafts, but the one that I slip in my pocket an awful lot of the time, bearing in mind I'm in the house a lot of the time, I'm not working, so this is a knife that I use for EDC because of its size. I love this knife. I love the garish colours. I just think it's super. It's one of those knives you bring out, brightens your day, but look at the clip on that. That is just a beautiful. This is the Coke bottle shape, or the coffin Coke bottle shape. It really is just a stunning, same size as a GEC boy's knife, which is probably why I like it the most, but I can get 4 fingers on it up into a castle. That's exactly where I want to be. And a super, and these all come in D2, but really well heat treated. like all the Rosecraft blades are. It is beautiful. But this is just a simple little pocket knife that is so thin. It just drops in your pocket if you want to drop it. I put it in a little sheath because I love it so much. And it's, you know, it's a reasonably, I think these are 50 odd pound, maybe up near the 60, but absolute value for money. Fit and finish on this is amazing. And there's a lot of angles on this knife, but they're all done to perfection. I can't fault it. The walk and talk on it is just super. Now, I know the Nullichucky's been the real favourite. It's one of my favourites by far. You know, it really is. As a larger knife, it's fantastic. One of the best I've had. And the two-bladed one they brought out is probably my favourite two-bladed knife ever. It's just a super knife. But this one, I just think because it's in that boy's knife side, this is a knife that will do anybody, male, female, you know, traditional lover or modern lover. This is the one that probably finds its way in my pocket because I'm usually wearing tracksuit bottoms or I'm wearing pajamas around the house trousers, I should call them, but they're just lightweight, so I can just drop this in the pocket. So this is a contender. And I got this year because this is a knife that I've wanted sort of from I started, because when I started, this model was swapping over to the new model of it. I've had about 3 or 4 of the new models, tried to love them because it's a UK friendly knife that's a good size, great materials. And this one especially is an S30V. And it's the UK PK. But this is the older shape, which is the drop point they call it. I just think it is. Look at that. That to me, I just think it's gorgeous. It really, they make another knife, a higher end one that's got this, well, it's even higher of a lump. And I don't like it, strangely enough. I don't like the look of it. But this, I just think it is super. The clip is lovely, but that is just a lovely profile of a knife. You've got flat, you've got belly, you've got a really good point. It sits in your hands, and this hump, when you put your thumb against it, locks you in. It's got a forward choil like the Delicate doesn't have. So you're really locked in, 4 hands, large hand, right in there. Just a super, super work knife in S33. Now, I bought this second hand, but that doesn't stop it going into my knife of the year because it's the knife I got this year. It might not be the brand new one. And there's a lot of people out there don't buy brand new knives. So I think this is more that I want to include them in my knife of the year. I mean, I think I paid £60 for it. It's like new. I paid it, you know, brand new. Well, it was second hand, but I got it for about £60, which is in my budget range. I just think it is super. Absolutely super. Love it. And there'll be a full review coming on this. I think I've done the initial review. I think I have a full view to do on it. But last, and probably surprisingly to me, is the front runner. I bought this knife off Slippy. It's not an expensive knife. I think it's under £40. I got it for £30, but I also got 3 sets of scales for it as well. Go get it. It's just crazy when you. I'm one of these. I'm sure I've seen it when it was out, and I thought, you know, it's nice looking, but I don't need another knife in that sort of category. Wrong, as usual. This is the Real Steel Barlow. Listen to that. That is just for a $40 or just under £40 knife. That is amazing. Look at this knife. And I've got the purple scales, I've got orange, I've got black. I actually think of grey as well, but he sent me scales with it, but I didn't have a purple knife, and I thought, I'm gonna have one of them. Look at the shape of that knife. It's like a sharpened stick. You know, it's just an absolute, nearly straight, but in the hand. You use these words all the time, but it's just so comfortable you wouldn't think it was in there. Agility, it's just beautiful. I love the knife. I can get up to the top if I want. I can get midway. I can get up with my thumb. It's a strong back spring, which I love. Look at that. It is just put together beautifully. It's G10. It has the most beautiful lines. You can see where it's been milled. Yeah, see the thick here. But it's also milled up here in the G10, which is flatter with finer lines. But when you see it in your hand, it's like a full bolster sort of thing. You know, they put the double ring there at the top of it. But honestly, this is just unbelievable. When you break it, it's 3/4. I'm actually getting to like that. and it's down in. But it's this is the bit that I love on a slip joint, a non-locking knife. Having this sort of ah, that just gives you confidence that I can do anything with this knife if you're ever worried about a slip joint. And these are about £40 to buy here in the UK, and it's N690 steel for £40. And this standard is unbelievably good. I only got this about a week ago, and honestly, it's spent so much time in my pocket. It is lightweight. It is just, that spear point is just to die for. Absolutely. And the little, well, there's a pocket clip that comes with it, but I didn't put it on it. It's a slip joint to me, just a pocket dropper. Beautiful, beautiful swedge on the top, and that little long pull there. Just everything about it is just, I can prise it open on my fingers. I don't need to use the, I just do it like that. Just open it up. It's just super. Love it. If you haven't tried real steel Barlow, I would highly suggest you do if you're a slip joint person, because this is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. So there we go. That was a very quick run through of the knives that I got down here, and the knives that this year are exciting me. But I mean, between these three, this is going to already make it, I only pick one company to get into the final, if you like, where I set maybe 10 knives down and I pick my knife of the year. Probably a surprise, a lot of people that have picked this one from Rosecraft, but honestly, the others are beautiful. There's not a bad knife if I had from Rosecraft, but this one is the one I use the most. This is going to be one that I'm definitely going to use the most. I'm loving this, and so is this. I mean, these three are going to get more pocket time than most things that I have in my collection, for secondary knives. So there you go, a wee chat, Saturday morning ramble. Have I gone on too long? Oh, 20 minutes is normal, just a bit too long, but I try. So look forward to next week. We've got UK, a real week based on UK, and talking about where to get knives. This is the Sheffield shop is great for people who are outside the UK, but so good for people inside, because you can get what you want. You can order Arthur Wright knives from the shop. If they don't have it in, you're going to get the knife you want from the shop. It can take up to 8 weeks, but you're getting a knife made, especially for you to go in the shop. Please use them. They're quite happy to do that. I think it's a great way of getting rather than settling for what's on the market. Order it from the shop and you'll get it. Ashley Harrison knives. When his books are open, you can order them from the shop, definitely. But he does put knives into the shop every now and then. But it's that's the thing, that you can get in and check on it, buy one from there. So there we go. Thank you very much. Plenty to come, lots of reviews to come. If you like this sort of thing once a week, where I would just do a wee chat, an overall chat, please let me know down below. If you don't, there's no problem. My face on the screen is not something that I look forward to, but talking to you is, and I love doing that whether I'm looking down or looking at the screen. Take care. Oh, by the way, on Sunday afternoon about 2:30ish, we've got Dan from Bladebridge coming on, who's just been the proud father of twins, and we have him come on the channel to have a chat. And then this Tuesday night, I'm on with Rasputin's Castle. We have our little podcast, and then back again with Justin on Thursday. Bye. Cheerio now.